auto space that is doing very well yet again, because M&M definitely ruling the charts. Other than that, it's Hero MotoCorp, Bajaj Auto. Those are the top winners within the auto pack. So let's discuss this theme more, and let's welcome on board CS Vigneshwar, who is the president of FADA, who is joining us on the show right now. Hi, very good morning, and thank you so much for your time. Firstly, let me start with the recent April data, which FADA has just released, where we see that the new financial year has begun on a modest note. Help us understand that which were the segments that did perform very well in the quarter gone by, and where do you see the demand headed?
Hi, thanks for having us over. And yes, I think the financial year has started decently for us. As you used the word modest, I think I would also like to hang on to it. It's something which is a good start, given the turbulence in the international scene, and also which also reflected in our stock markets about 15 days back. But I think our stock markets also are back to doing well. So the discretionary spending also is there to be taken advantage of, leveraged. We saw that in the last quarter, the auto sector go through a little bit of a turbulent time in India. It went a little bit up and down, but finally, I think it's stabilized a bit. The two-wheelers grew by 2.25%, that being the largest sector in terms of numbers. I think it's a decent start. But month on month, it was a growth of a nearly 12%, which is an excellent number. We also saw that the passenger vehicle segment grow by about 1.55% year on year. Given the fact that April went through the tariff shocks, and also it went through the shocks in our stock exchange, I think these are excellent numbers. And we are hopeful that more things are yet to come. And another important sector here would be the tractor, which grew at 7.56%. It augurs well for the future in terms of growth and in terms of circulation, money circulation in the rural markets.
Right. Good morning, sir. This is Shell also joining in the conversation, and we did speak about how the retail sales actually panned out for the month of April. But I've also noticed the fact that y'all are pretty cautious, especially on the cautiously optimistic on the near term. Can you tell us what actually is making you also be a tad bit cautious? No doubt you're optimistic, but is it only the tariff wars or the way how the tariffs are panning out, or are there other headwinds that you're actually watching out for?
The headwinds which we currently went through, especially in the two-wheeler segment, would be the OBD2, which was which came into force. So we saw a little bit of a bottleneck there, but I think largely we can overcome that over a period of time. The amount of increase was 500 to 1,000 rupees. So although it sounds very small, sometimes these constitute about 2, 3, 4% of the vehicle cost. So that's something which we need to look into. We also seeing that the credit availability is a little bit sketchy from the point of view that banks and financial institutions are taking more time to give loans, are asking for more papers, and we also seen that the rejection rate has gone up. We also seen that there are issues, as we mentioned before, regarding the tariff and all that. So I think there is a kind of a holiday for 3 months to figure out where the governments are going to figure out trade balances and any trade agreements. So we are again waiting for that. On the positives, we see that this summer is not as severe as the ones before. Therefore, there are a good chances where customers are going to shop during summer too, because some of our hotter months in some of our hotter states, last year customers wouldn't step out to shop. So that was a bit of an impact. We also seen that the meteorological department talk about showers punctuating this summer throughout India, so which again would help in bringing down the temperatures and also increase water availability for agriculture, either through reservoirs or through wells. So this again augurs well for farming sector, the rural sector, and therefore we are looking at a very strong growth from the rural economy in India.
Vigneshwar, just wondering then what the month of May is going to be like, and where is it that we will see a slump or a boom?
As far as May is gone, the first few days have been quite encouraging in terms of walk-ins. There are also excellent deals available for the customer. So we're quite confident that it'll be a decent month. I don't think it'll be a roaring month, but there are a lot of positives here. The Rabi crop also has been good. So the prices for agricultural produce has been good. Apart from that, we also seeing that the urban markets also the walk-ins being quite encouraging. So from that point of view, we are looking at quite a decent month across the sectors. And from the commercial vehicle sector, from next month onwards, the compulsory air conditioning rule is coming in. So therefore, we might see a preponement of sales in May. So throughout the sectors, it looks quite positive for the month of May.
PVs, though, in particular, does it seem like, Vigneshwar, that it's the deep discounts which will continue to act as a fillip? And more importantly, will those discounts even trickle in through the month of May?
Perhaps if the OEMs don't reduce supply and they don't correct the stocks available at the dealership level, these discounts might continue. But we have seen that some OEMs have actually taken cognizance of this and have started reducing the wholesales for this month. That would help. And discount would be a direct bearing of the stocks we carry. We're carrying about 50 days of stock, which is nearly 2 times what is being recommended by FADA. So therefore, that these discounts could continue for a couple of other months if the OEMs uh, don't reduce their wholesales towards dealerships.
Mr. Vigneshwar, help us understand with respect to the recent price hikes that all these companies have taken in the passenger vehicle segment. Is it actually impacting the inquiry levels and the footfall and the demand rather for the passenger vehicle segment? Because on one hand, the companies are announcing price hikes. The other hand, they are sticking to discounts to get away with the inventory which has already piled up. So give us some sense that how is the customer sentiment looking like?
All over the industry, especially at the dealership level, are yet to understand how price hikes can be done at the same time discounts being given. It's actually, it doesn't make sense. But I also understand that there are inflationary pressures on OEMs to increase costs of vehicles because prices are going up for them. But yeah, it's strange when you increase prices and then give discounts. So, and mind you, discounts are not given by manufacturers alone. There's at least 50%, if not more, participation from OEMs or from dealerships from their margins. So giving discounts away like that also drains away our profitability at the dealership end.
Right. Let me actually put the spotlight then on the electric vehicle space. How is that one looking to you, especially in the two-wheeler space? We've seen a big churn when you talk about the market share leadership coming in, where you have TVS Motor now actually taking that big jump when you compare it to Ola Electric or, for the matter of fact, Bajaj Auto as well. How is the two-wheeler market looking like, and how is the four-wheeler market looking like, especially when you talk about EVs?
When you talk about the two-wheeler market, you need to split it into two. One is the scooters and the other one being motorcycles. The scooters are going to be pretty much electrified in another couple of years, 100% nearing. When you talk about motorcycles, there are few motorcycle brands who have introduced EVs there, so it would take a little bit more time. Perhaps the technology also needs to catch up in terms of range and the design too. But when you look at the scooter market is doing quite well. And this race to the top, there'll be a lot of churn. That's what we have seen in the past, and that's what we predict in the future. It's going to take time for water to settle down and to see who's a clear market leader, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to have a lot of churn in the market regarding the rankings. In the car market, we have seen the passenger vehicle market, we have seen that a lot of interesting products have been introduced in the Bharat Mobility Show, which is great, which has been quite good in invigorating the four-wheeler EV market. And we've seen for the year 2023 and 24, the EV penetration was about 2.5%. In the last couple of months, we've seen this go up to about 3.5%, and which is great. But this month, we've also brought out data. FADA has published data regarding the fuel-wise participation, and we have seen a collection of CNG, LPG, hybrids, and EVs actually have a combined penetration of 30%. 50% is, of course, petrol and 20% diesel. But diesel was the king, let's say 7-8 years ago. It's no more so. There are a lot of alternative fuels which are coming in. I think LPG and CNG combined are at about 20%.
Right.
You're having hybrids at 8% and 3.5% participation by EVs. So
Okay.
that's a great choice available to customers. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. A range of products, a range of options actually for the customers. We're hoping that the sales actually pick up going ahead, and also there's some stability that creeps into the auto space. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning, talking about the entire retail sales when you talk about the auto sector. But talking about
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.